Hello everyone. I want to introduce and talk to you guys about the new Molle panel that we have now. We call it the Universal Molle Panel, essentially because the one panel will mount on the left side, the right side, or the cab side, just depending on what hardware that comes along with it that you choose. To mount it on the left and right side, currently I have it set up to where it's just mounting to the rails. I'm working on a couple options. Either some blocks or a cheap set of alternative tracks that can go on there versus some of the more expensive packages, or buying the Mopar rails. But for now, one reason why I look at it with the rails, to me the rails is really what gives it a lot of the strength. Now the panel does mount on the cab side. You can mount it with or without the rails, and when you do mount the rail, it actually does go underneath the rail on the cab side. It goes on top of the rail on the left and right side. And again, I still choose to mount them on the rails or some sort of rails, just because of the strength issue. I think that it just spreads the strength out and gives it more rigidity while it's hanging. I know some of the others, they have some brackets that you can mount to where it goes under the rails, or you can use it without the rails. But to me, when you've got something set up like that, you've got an L bracket type system sticking out, it takes away a lot of the strength of what you could actually mount to the panel. So this way, since it is a half style Molle panel, sticking with the rail type system gives it more strength and doesn't have to necessarily be screwed down on the bottom. So with the way this is going to be set up, it'll be a universal panel. You can choose what hardware that you would like to go with it. So you can either choose a package that goes for the right and left side, or you can choose the hardware package to go with the cab side. Now the standard setup will be the spring-loaded unistrut bolts that go in to mount it over here. They're pretty strong. I mean, I've used them for a lot of stuff. I've even got the compressor mounted on one of the panels with those, and it's plenty strong enough. There will be the option that if you do want it to be super heavy duty, I do have the stainless steel T-nuts that go in that you could use as an option to purchase when you're getting the panel, and those would just slide into the track also. Now if you get the left and right side hardware, it comes with 3/4 inch bump stops and then all stainless screws and washers. I know I have seen comments about people saying, well, why don't you make them black hardware? I can get black hardware, but they're just not a good solution to me. For me, corrosion resistance is one of the biggest items. That is another reason why we build the panels that we do. They're all 1/8 inch aluminum. All the panels, all the compressor mounts that we do, it's all 1/8 inch aluminum. So don't have to worry about it rusting. So I do send stainless steel hardware. Now the option would be that you could paint the hardware when you get it, after you put it on or before you put it on. You can choose to go with the black oxide hardware, but from a perspective of putting them together as hardware packages to sell along with the panels, to me, I just personally want to go with the stainless hardware. So to take the panel, now I've got these spring bolts stuck in, pretty easy install. We got the 3/8 inch bolts that come along with it on the left and right side package. Get these screwed on. If I can get it started. Wow. There we go. Demonstration purposes, that one popped out on me. I'll go ahead and use this one. I'm going to put all of them on. It's really just to explain how everything is set up. There we go. Add 2 of them for right now. Now these are 7/32 button head hex bolts, and even with just the two, it's fairly strong. And like I say, it comes with the 3/4 inch bump stops, so once you put a little bit of weight on there, it's super strong. Now, a couple of reasons that I went with designing this as a half Molle panel is looking at a lot of comments and stuff that I see that other people are talking about with the full-size Molle panels. One of them being that this gets blocked, people can't use their bed separator. Now obviously, you're still going to have a little bit of a piece sticking here, but it still does give you the ability to use it depending on what type of board you set up. Might be another little secret project I'm working on for a bed divider there, so keep your eyes out for that one. But like I say, it's a universal panel. Mounts obviously on the left side. Now on the right side, I've got another one mounted over here. Now the other design of the way this is set up is that all of the hole spacing in the center is set up specifically for the spacing for the ARB single compressors. Now I went specifically just for the single compressors, mainly because of the weight. The twin compressors, if you've ever held one of those, it's quite heavy. And with this being a half Molle panel, I thought the strength of just using the single compressor would be the best outlet for this Molle panel. The bonus is that the holes are set up all along the panel. You can basically mount your single compressor anywhere you want. So if you had a 3-panel system on left, right, and up on the cab, essentially you can mount that compressor anywhere you'd like. Now, like I said, on the cab side, since the way that the intentions and stuff work on that one, it will come with hardware to mount directly into the holes that are in the bed. So you do not have to have the rail for the cab side one. You can mount it directly into the cab with the way that the M6 threaded bolts are into the bed. The hardware that would come with that one just replaces the 3/4 inch bump stops with an inch bump stop, since the way that the cab kind of indents a little bit more up there. And that's all you'd have to do to mount one up here. Now, if you do have the rail, it does mount underneath the rail, again making it super strong. And another point of having just this half Molle panel, again, a lot of the stuff I went by, what was I saying, what did people comment about having on on a lot of the other ones. A lot of people, when you see them actually mounting stuff, you don't even see them mounting something down here. It's typically up here. They've got axes, shovels, high lift jacks, all that stuff mounted. And they end up really not even using the lower half on a lot of them, which was one thought that I had when I wanted to design this, to make it a little bit different than some of the others. The other bonus is if you have one up on the cab side, you still have full length of the bed on the bottom half of the bed. So if you're sliding in some 2x4s, whatever, you still got your full length of the bed up there, so you're not hanging out. I mean, obviously it's not a whole lot, but you still do have the usage of the full bed. And another cool thing about it is that if you've seen the tailgate Molle panel that we have, once you, if you did mount all 3 sides up here, they all match. The designs all match. So from an aesthetic standpoint, with the bed closed, you would have the same exact look all around the top. They're all one piece. There's no 2-piece putting together, so it keeps it to minimal hardware. Yes, some of the hardware on the back here is the stainless, but again, it's minimal. You're not having to piece stuff together and put it together. Again, when you put stuff together, you're going to lose a little bit of your strength. Most of the other Molle panels that are out there, they're all steel. Again, we choose to do 8-inch aluminum on everything. Like some of the Molle panels that we have for the tailgate, we have some of them are just raw, because obviously you're going to be pulling stuff across it and it might get scratched. Everything on the inside of the cab is black texture powder coat, so it blends in very well with the bed. Again, leaving you the ability to still do certain things with your bed versus taking up the whole sides and losing that. So that's our new Molle panel, and like we say, it's called the Universal Molle Panel, mainly because you can use it anywhere. Even if you just bought one and you're like, hey, I'd rather have this on the cab side, all you need is different hardware. You can choose to buy both sets of hardware. I'm going to set it up on the website to where the panels are separate, the hardware is separate. That way you choose what panel, what hardware you're going to use the system for. I am going to set it up to where if you buy one panel, it's a price. If you buy two panels, it'll be a little bit cheaper per panel. I'm going to set it up to where it goes by tiers. And I will have a package set up to where you can buy all four, 3 sides here and tailgate molle, all as one package. A little bit of savings, a little bit everywhere it counts, obviously. It's a Jeep thing. I mean, we're spending so much money on the Jeeps. Any little bit is going to help, I'm sure. So that's it. That's our new Universal Molle Panel. Again, take a look at it. It's going to be up on the website here in the next day or so, ready to order. And hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email. It's 813fabrication.com. I'm on the Facebook groups and stuff as well. Just take a look at it, give me a yell. I hope you guys like it, and I look forward to seeing you.